be ebbing it again. Last time we dungeoneered, spelunked, explored, whatever the word is, into the city below, which is the dungeon area of the game. An encounter against a rock monster, almost died, but literally lived with like 1 HP, so that was pretty sick. My -2 modifier cleric loves me for that, surely. Yeah, hopefully we'll do more stuff. We gotta look for a stone to insert into the statue, and we still haven't gone. Sorry, I still have a little bit of cough, and we still haven't gone to the tea shop, despite it being third night. Yeah, this thing looks dangerous, so let's go mess with it. The door closes behind you. Well, that was an immediate great start. That was a wonderful start.
Huh?
Your companion lets out an audible gulp. I'm not even gonna try to say that. Snell, why did you let me go into this absolutely terrifying chamber? You're the cleric here. The words change tone and intensify, mimicking your own way of speech. You two have stepped into the fifth chamber of trials. This will be your final and most mounting challenge yet, O champions of the host. If outside again you wish to see, answer me these questions three, the answer of which I shall judge fairly upon thine soul. Who will take the first step? Damn it, why did you have to pick the scary red light cow room? What happens if I say the wrong answer? You will be cast into eternal peril. Do I have to answer all 5 questions correctly? 3 questions. 3 questions. 3. Okay, I got it. Do I have to answer all 3 questions correctly? Answer me questions 3, the answer of which I shall judge fairly upon thine soul. Wait, are you a sentient type of trial guardian, or are you more of the magic mouth type? Who will take the first step? The statue obviously has a magic mouth spell cast on it. It is programmed to react to certain types of inquiries in the speaker's original tongue. Do not think about it too much. Answering the questions in a straight manner will do just fine with this barbaric setup. Can my goblin sidekick help out? The other will not interfere. The trial is failed. The other will have a turn of their own. So really it's 6 questions? 3 questions. Times 2? 3 questions. 6 questions. Got it. You go ahead, Claire. The light lands upon you. First question. Get ready. Whatever is thrown your way, you will know the answer. What is your name? Whoa. Deja vu. Not this again. Sorry, what? The question will not be repeated. Lean over to Snell. What should I say? The goblin thinks about it for a second, then he whispers back. I don't think bovine folk are known for either trick questions or riddles, so... The light blinds you for a moment and you feel the chamber shake. What is your quest? I didn't even answer it. To solve the mystery of the tea shop that blew up. Again, the eyes of the cow glare into a fiery beam. What is your greatest fear? To be abandoned. For a third time, you feel that rumble along with the hot gaze of the Minotaur. Minotaur, a common term for bovine folk, a rare folk upon the coast, mostly found in Haji and inland Vorgini. It then turns to your companion. The chosen will be you. Snell, in response, gives off a shocked scoff. That's easy. You can sense the relief pass over him. Yeah, this was pretty stupid. All that build-up for nothing. At least the cows know how to put on a show. The goblin stands up straight, facing the light. Go ahead, guardian. Ask your questions. What is your name? My name is Snell. He enunciates perfectly. The eyes of the statue grow stronger once more. What is your quest? You catch him glancing to the side for a second. My quest is... Be quiet and hope the goblin doesn't fuck this up. My quest is to serve Lady Sageleaf. Again it rumbles and you get to the crescendo of that final 3rd question. Nothing bad yet. Very nice. Snell looks confident. What is the scholarly definition of numinism? His face drops. Panic. He does not know? It is the rule of gods. What is the scholarly definition of numinism? That depends. Arcane Era scholarly definition or Divine Era scholarly definition? If you'd gotten this question, you probably would have short-circuited that magic mouth. Arcane Era. Numinism is a governmental rule of divine dictatorship. It is quite terrible. What's the Divine Era? Divine Era Numinism is the belief in the right of walking gods to rule mortals. It's quite terrible. Squat down and stare at the goblin as the light grows more intense. He looks around, shrugging wildly. Look how Look how I'm crouched down. Glare at him. He hisses. Attempt to show Snell what numinism means. The goblin has his eyes fixed on you, so hold up your hands. Pretend to pray, then pretend to be a big, strong earth, then pretend to show how people congregate into cultural units underneath god kings during the Divine Era. Oh goodness. His eyes are full of panic as you spend precious seconds waving your hands around. But just to be clear, your miming here is on point. Thank you. His panic overwhelms him. He's unable to even begin to focus on your attempt to communicate. Unfortunately, he opens his mouth to speak, still staring at you dumbfounded. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, no. Oh. Beneath you, a sea of spikes. Oh, scramble to grab anything. No, no, no. Microseconds, that's what you've got. But somehow you do manage to stretch out, sprawl out, with your hands landing on rough stone and your feet. Well, let's just say, you're in a bit of a shitty position right now. Do not move. You want me to stay like this? Just a bit longer. The goblin attempts to take a step down your lower back. Your feet slip an inch. Whoa. Hold tighter. Shit! Your entire body is quaking. You cannot hold this for long. Okay, new plan. Cast Spider Climb. Spider Climb. Second level transmutation spell. Allows the target to move across vertical surfaces with ease and speed by turning the limbs sticky and powerful. I don't have Spider Climb prepared? You don't have Spider Climb prepared? Why would I have Spider Climb prepared? I don't know. Why would you? I actually can't think of a single useful situation for it. You did used to have Spider Climb in your spellbook before the river took your collection. Alas, you'll have to do this the brutish way. Stop this bickering. It is time to act. Take responsibility for the safety of this party. Climb. Hold out. Let him climb off. Wait, if you fail at holding on, won't that kill you right away? You will hold on. That's not an answer, buddy. Look down. You get the idea of what is down there. As you attempt to look, a part of your mind very much so asks nicely, do not. There is no need to conceptualize this threat, for its material reality does not change your position. Can I cast Grace? No reason to cast that spell. Yeah, it'd be a pretty bad idea to cast. Alright, I can hold this. Oh no, I can't. Snell, climb off, carefully. Right, okay, careful. He shifts his weight to one side. Your left foot slips. Careful! I'm trying! He takes another step. Your right hand loses grip. For one terrible moment, you feel yourself falling. Try to climb off, I got this. You don't. The goblin lunges for the edge as your body drops. Iron, cold iron, everywhere. You hit the spikes at an angle, your armor taking most of the impact. But not all. Cleric! Brother, I am pinned here. Gurgle blood. This game's so fucking silly, bruh. I love this game. You then feel something pulling. I got you! Many agonizing seconds later, the goblin manages to fish you out with a combination of a sling, parts of his shirt, and creative profanity. Climb up on the side. His voice starts up again as you do. You have braved the pit of wrong answers. Breathe and stand. Wobbly but firm. You stand. Step forth and claim your prize, the plundered eye. I hate this place so much, your companion mutters to himself. Again, just to reiterate, Snell says across the gap, this place is somewhat dangerous. Divine rule. Numinism is when walking God's rule. Well, I don't know that. Why would I know that? Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know that. The goblin gives you a frustrated but ultimately relieved sigh. The statue is now entirely silent, and you hear an esoteric boom coming from the drawer between his legs. That sound, it unlocked. It was the exact noise an arcane seal makes during breaking. Well done. The Minotaur's riddles are properly conquered. They were not riddles. The strings exercise, but when you met well. To think of all the people who have met their end in a place like this. It is, excuse me, quite depressing. Awesome. Let's see what kind of bling that cow is hiding. Let's check it out. I want to get an achievement. You have to smoke like incense or something. A bunch. Let's see. Yeah, consume 27 incense. So let me just cast Cure Wounds. Roll a... Whoa, okay, that's basically like my entire health bar. Let's smoke some of that, alright? Where's my clericals? Ah, there we go. An incense bowl and a jacket. Let's see these out. A red gemstone. It's very pretty and probably very expensive. Once this whole election business is over, it gets either sell it on the black market or return it in at the tower for a reward. Neither would really net you a fortune, but maybe a fraction of a fortune? Okay. And then incense bowl. A chipstone bowl. It contains several layers of ancient incense. If kept on your person, it grants a passive incense burn. It also makes you smell a bit wonky, of course, and the smoke is really bad for your lungs, but at least it's not addicting. +2 to intelligence and wisdom, but -2 to charisma and constitution, and it recovers a first level spell slot every 3rd hour. I think it's too... I think that's too much, maybe, for the minimal benefit. Yeah, I think I won't have that, but it's a neat little thing. So wait, I can go back to the caves and maybe put this in the... Oh, I thought that was a Kai standing there for a second. I can go put this in the statue socket from yesterday. Let's see if I can do that now. Maybe something will happen. These things on. Let's see. Yeah, probably this. I don't see anything I could loot here, and this might grant me stuff, so let's see. Yeah, these rocks tried to kill me. It was called a roper for some reason. And it was feminine, apparently, because I have a feat that lets me add extra proficiency to feminine targets. Put in a jacinth gemstone. Carefully guide the jacinth into the perfectly sized eye hole. Once close enough, like a magnet, it gets sucked in. Then you hear a strange noise in the walls. Not again, bro. Oh god. The goblin gasps for air, unable to speak. Look to your left. Oh, you just almost just died. Begin to shake due to a slightly delayed adrenaline kick. You would have died had the final blade not been blocked by those vines. And Snow would have died if he had stood just a bit further back or to the left. Fuck. The goblin is actually shaking. Nice dodge, Snell. Look around. What? We were so close to just like dying. Look at these things. You'd be. Man, stop fucking coughing. It's pissing me off. Cut in half. Are you aware of that, cleric? Look for that. Like, regenerate. Regenerate? Like the one used for lost limbs? Regenerate, a 7th level transmutation spell, one of the few higher tier magics still commonly in use by clerics and druids across the coast. It heals and causes lost limbs to essentially regrow or reattached. Various versions of the spell can be required, depending on the affliction. Don't you mean revivify? I almost just died, Snell. Please don't argue semantics. Look, I'm not the magic guy here, but with a brash crack, the front of the shrine pops out of place. The goblin jumps. A deep rumbling voice echoes throughout the chamber as a lion's skull begins floating out of the shrine along with a ghostly halberd. El Vigilante Rojo de Crin Blanca Castigara tu... I probably said that wrong in whatever language that's supposed to be. I'm so sorry. Then the skull falls to the ground. Is that hit? I'm not sure. He glances around, scanning for threats. That was a ghostly apparition left to guard the shrine. I don't think they planned it to go that way. For once, I agree with you. The skull's on the ground before you, and that halberd is just floating there, all ghost-like. Be careful. Loot them, come on. Guess I'll check them out. A lion skull. You kneel down to look at the cat-like skull on the ground. Hello. No response. What's your thought on this, Sal? My head is empty as that skull, cleric. Can we go? Okay, I'll leave it to you. Pat the top of the skull. You approach the ancient shrine. Nothing else for me, I think. This spectral halberd. Ooh. +2 intelligence and wisdom. Dude, am I gonna wisdom max? Hold on. Let's just see how high my wisdom can go real quick. Let's see. This just is a little like thought experiment. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. Look how wise of a being I am. I'll have those. A bit better though. So I guess I gotta go back to Azcal, so let's see if I can do that. Ah shit, I gotta have this. God damn, that thing's still there. I wonder why. Let's see. Is there anything here? Oh, I didn't see him. Damn, adventurers sure have it tough. An unfortunate fellow. A skeleton lies crumpled against the wall. Human, male, dead for months, maybe longer. His armor has been stripped away. Only scraps of leather and cloth remain. Someone looted the corpse, or something. Sad sight. These tunnels eat people. Examine the body. You kneel down to inspect the skeleton. No obvious wounds, no broken bones. He didn't die from violence. Starvation, maybe. Or thirst. Lost in the dark. Leave the body. Piece of paper. Some kind of adventuring log. You look at the wrinkled piece of paper. Its content half legible through grime and stains. An adventuring log. However, there is something about this random text that could prove useful. Read it. You squint at the faded text. Most of it is mundane, supply lists, coordinates, complaints. But at the bottom, something different. A passage written in another hand. Older, more deliberate. Read the passage. The text shifts into formal script. Dominus noster mox redibit, posteri eius incid enter. Okay, I'm so... Ooh, I don't want to read this. Fuck it, I'll try it. I'm sorry. Apologize to the nations of which this language is based off. Magnus Thesaurus Azuthi intra Murocetus Amice Icet, I'm so sorry. Sepedibus Protatorum. Spiritum filii eius primogeniti eveni et cum. This is a real language. I think this is a real language anyways. Don't make fun of it. Eo locutusum. Ossa eius captiva in illis arcanis olus tenetur praesentia spurque ducis globinorum stabilita. Oh my god, this is so long. Quam diu illa turum illam tenet divinae relique eius non movebantur sed ingressum obsignavi. Solemn vero sectatori apparitur. Ave Isath, Ignis litis verat. Draconic, classical draconic, but not quite right. The grammar is slightly off. Let's see if I can understand this just a bit better. Yeah. So it's basically like, oh, don't talk to this guy. So now it's essentially just like guaranteed, basically. Unless I roll like a 1 or something. Yeah. Nat 20, I didn't even need all that. The translation forms in your mind from what you remember from your days of Towers courses. Our master will soon return, his descendants lay in wait. The great trove of Ezoth sits within the walls of the lost seat under the feet of the traitors. I have found and spoken with the spirit of his firstborn son. His bones are caught in those arcane halls kept stable by the presence of a filthy goblin chiefess. As long as she holds that ground, his divine remnants will not move, but I have sealed the entrance. It will only open for a true follower. Hail Ezoth, may fire sweep the coast. A dragon cultist wrote this. Ezoth, the ancient red dragon, long dead. His followers believe he'll return. They always do. The Trove of Ezoth, a legendary horde. These adventurers were hunting for it, and they failed, obviously. The sealed entrance that only opens for a true follower. This paper might be the key, or at least part of it. Hail Ezoth, may fire sweep the coast. You say the words aloud, nothing happens, but you memorize them now, just in case. Interesting. Leave! Alright. Let us put the standard stuff back there. I gotta watch out. Let's see, something this way. What door? A rat, get it. Sweet, I think that's 4 to 5? A mysterious door. Before you stands an iron door. At its center, a 5-pointed star has been etched deep into the metal. Esoteric energy emanates from the surface. This door is sealed with powerful magic. A faint hum vibrates through the iron. That's some fancy door. The star symbol, it's connected to something. This is wizard work, arcane and deliberate. Examine the star symbol. You lean closer to inspect the etched star. 4 points, perfectly symmetrical. The work of a master craftsman or a wizard. Probably both. Each point of the star glows faintly with residual magic. Any ideas, Snell? About your fancy mystery dungeon door? He crosses his arms and stares at it. Not really my area of expertise, cleric, but I bet you need some kind of password or a spell. Or, you know, he mimes breaking something with his fist. Subtle. Very subtle. But yeah, good work. Touch the door. Your gloved hand meets cold iron. A ripple of translucent energy pulses across the surface. It's locked. Magically. But this one feels stronger. More personal. Right, so smash it. Or perhaps think for a bit. Obviously there should be a way to get inside. Try the door handle. You reach for the handle and pull. Nothing, it doesn't budge. No, the door is completely sealed. Too bad. Look for a keyhole. You search the door's surface carefully. No keyhole, no lock mechanism visible at all. This door doesn't open with a key. It's purely magical. What kind of magic is sealing this? Arcane lock, without a doubt. Powerful stuff. Higher level than most seals you've encountered. Whoever placed this spell knew what they were doing. The star is likely a focus point for the enchantment. Can I dispel it? Dispel magic could work, theoretically. But this seal feels particularly robust. You need to be very skilled to break through. Is there a password? Most arcane locks have passphrases. A word or phrase that unseals the door instantly. But you have to know what it is. Guessing would be difficult. Especially with the wizard's seal. They tend to be creative. Can I break it down? The door is iron. Thick iron. Breaking through metal and magic. That would require immense strength. And the seal might fight back. Magical wards often do. Step back from the door. This wizard knew what they were doing. You think it was a wizard? The star symbol. The seal, it's all wizard work. Fair point. Something valuable indeed. Or something dangerous. Press your ear against the door. You lean close, listening. Nothing. Complete silence. The door is too thick or there's nothing beyond. Or something is waiting very, very quietly. Stop scaring yourself. That'll probably work, but I wonder what this one will do. What if I grease this bad boy up? You quickly cast grease on the mystery door. Which does seem to work, although you're not sure by how much. Oh, sweet. Let's get smart in here. Let's get super smart in here. Let's get as smart as we can. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're so intelligent. There's never been a person more intelligent across all of the coast. Analyze the magical mechanics of the door. You trace the etched line to the star with your eyes. The esoteric energy is strong, but the geometry is imperfect. The lower left point of the star doesn't properly connect to the ward's anchoring matrix. See something, cleric? If you apply blunt force at exactly a 45-degree angle to that specific point, the kinetic energy will bypass the arcane lock's absorption field and shatter the iron underneath. You know exactly where to strike. Ooh, okay, so I can just, like, smash that shit. Hold on a second. Let's see, what makes me strong? Yeah, let's leave that. Oh, yeah. It's time to get strong in here. Yeah. I have a bucket on my head. I'm ready to do anything. Smash through the iron door. Smash open. You channel every ounce of strength into your assault. The iron door groans under the pressure. Your muscles scream in protest. The star symbol flickers and dims. One more push! With a deafening crack, the magical seal shatters. Blue fragments of energy scatter like glass. The door swings inward, defeated. You did it, through sheer brute force. Holy shit. You actually broke a wizard's seal with your bare hands. He looks genuinely impressed. Worth it. Inside, you see a faint light emanating from within. Soft, almost inviting. Well, after you, cleric. The goblin gestures toward the open doorway. He's not going first, that's for sure. Beyond lies the unknown. What secrets did this wizard hide? Time to find out. Alright, back to my usual stuff. I like my ballads. There we go. The light is not real, how strange. A monster manual, but most pages are ruined. That's a strange box. Arcane music box. You can hear the wind outside. It's an illusion, surely. Arcane music box. An ancient arcane box with strange knobs and buttons. Each turns to make something screeching. Make some screeching foul sound. You're unable to do anything beautiful, artistic, or functional with this. Well, that's a shame. Let's see what's here. A stack of cryptic books. A stack of books sit crooked on the floor, half buried under layers of dust. The blue light from windows appear to land upon the surface and stick, as if it is not real. You recognize the binding style. These are late arcane era. One tome is clearly arcane. The cover bears worn marks that make your eyes itch. Doesn't seem like there's any danger here right now, at least. If you want to check out some books, go for it. I'll chill for a while. I don't need to get smarter. Hell yeah, see? So smart already. The wards recognize your competence. They part like curtains. Inside you find a treatise on sensory magic. Illusions. The Hagenshags was studying the relationship between perception and reality. Rigorously, mathematically. Hundreds of pages of experiments with the mixing of illusion and divination. Look over his results. He posits the mind does not receive reality. It constructs it. Each moment your senses gather fragments. Color, sound, pressure, heat. Then something deeper, something he calls the interpretive layer, assembles those fragments into a coherent world. The question he asks is not quite so directly. What happens when you tamper with that layer? Not showing someone a fake image, not casting darkness over their eyes. Rather, reaching into the mechanism itself through esoteric means, thus adjusting the assembly. This does not appear too far-fetched. It does not. It seems to align well with the scholarly basis of your education. However, the next part does not. The last half of this tome, throughout many trials mostly performed on himself, you gather. This man who calls himself a Hagenshags, he shows results pointing towards a measurable conduit within every string, one visible only through this altered layer. The bloom of yore lies upon each caster, he writes, all channeled through the gate, invisible, hidden. Even the outer gods are blind. How else would the lich sustain himself? How else do the pockets both increase below and decrease above? Only I can see the truth. Only I can master the relic left by Umbramixus. All I need is to locate it. That one word, one key to unlock a world of total dominance in the new world, in the new era. Umbramixus, the all-wise one, the black dragon of Old Dimenor, known for holding the largest dragondom at his peak. His capital was the underground city of Silver Slove, constructed under the central marshland of the band. His strength was based on esoteric might, and he was known to carry 100 human wizards on his back when he went to war. Holy shit, that's a big dragon. Silver Slove, an ancient ruined city hidden under the marshlands of Central Reed. It was abandoned towards the end of the Draconic Civil War, and very few have managed to ever gain entrance, and even fewer have returned from delving into its trapped and cursed halls. All I need is the power word, ebb. Ebb, the draining. Stare at the last page. Madness. The type of madness only born from revealed truth. Close the tome carefully. The world seal themselves behind you. Satisfied, perhaps, that you treated their contents with respect. I can cast comprehend languages, though. Can I learn something new? The spell brightens your ability to read these chaotic books. Well done. This will sure. Okay. So I didn't need to cast that, but it still gave me the option. Got it. Let me have some incense. Not a mimic. Sure, that looks safe. You squat down in front of a dusty chest. There does not seem to be any padlock or locking mechanism on it. You should be able to open it easily. Right, so that's a mimic. What makes you say that? The sign, mostly. I actually learned to read when I was a wee lad. Are you making fun of me, Snell? No. Why? He is. You're joking, I can tell. Oh, you can? Yes, I'm a master at reading people. A genius of our time. He blows some air out his nose. Glance at the sign above it. It says, not a mimic. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, sign. So the chest is a mimic, right? Mimics are difficult to spot even at a close range. Be wary. The odds speak for it. All the common signifiers here. Mimics are known to love the chest shape. Relatable. What? No, it was a joke. Be serious. This is a tense situation. Come on, you can't just throw out a term like chest shape and not expect a comment. That is simply the fuck charisma. That is simply the fuck. The scientific term for the mimic's most common shape. There's nothing funny about it. What should I do? Touching the chest will surely end poorly, so not that. Simply smash the crate. The mimic must be destroyed. Perhaps poke it from a distance. With mage hand, preferably. Mimics cannot be reasoned with, so perhaps avoiding the chest entirely might be a suitable option. You do notice something interesting about the sign. Something is behind the sign. Cast mage hand and have it touch the chest from a distance. The floating arcane hand appears out of nowhere and floats down towards the chest. It lands upon the surface, tapping it, scratching it. The chest does not react. The hand pops out of existence. Place a hand on the chest as a quick tap. With a shaking hand, you move closer to the surface. Breathing intensifies. Your hand touches it. Your glove scratches upon the rough texture, but nothing else. You move away your hand. Well then, you know what this means? Treasure time. Kick the chest. Die, monster. Your foot... Ow! Your foot impacts on the hard surface. It's heavy. So heavy your foot almost cracks. Bone density damaged. This is disappointing. So it's just a normal chest. Groan and step back. You rub your poor foot. Alright, good technique. Guess I can open the chest? Yes, you can. There does not appear to be any immediate threat here. This is strange. Something is off. Flip the hatch. You kneel in front of the chest and unlock it. There's no other mechanism keeping it locked. So you can just open it? Alright. What an anticlimax. Let's see what we get. Okay, fine. It's actually safe. If it's actually safe, then I'll just take what's from it. Crowns, potion of healing, and incense. Not a mimic. You stare at the sign. Your companion joins in on the staring as well. It does indeed say not a mimic. Who put the sign here? An interesting question. There are many mysteries in the city below, including the shifting tunnels and strangely intense esoteric pockets. Normally magic like this would be quite rare this close to the coast, but the city below is special, so the sign could very well be the manifestation of an esoteric event. In other words, this sign could very well be a natural phenomenon of yore. So I'm assuming the chest is a mimic then? The sign appears to point towards that, yes. However, this whole area is clearly esoteric in nature, so beware. Well, I just looted it. Did one of your goblin buddies put the sign up? My goblin buddies? He does not enjoy the tone of that phrase. Yeah, you know, the gobros. The what now? The grub gobs. He glares at you. Your snaggle pals? The goblin holds up a finger. Don't use that word anymore. Oh, is that a goblin-only word? No, not at all. But it doesn't mean what you think it does. Beyond that, no cleric. I can guarantee no one from the halfways put this sign up. Touch the sign? What do I feel like I could touch the sign? It is but one possibility out of many. Okay, but should I touch the sign? Perhaps you should think about it first. Think about it a lot. Look at the sign. It is a sign. It says not a mimic. Figure out what's off about this whole setup, sure. Oh! You have no idea. You should probably be careful. You do notice a slight gap at the side of the sign. A gap in the wall. There's something behind it, perhaps. Can I find out what's off about that, then? Thank you. Another 21. Hold on. Hold on. What? Look at the sign. I've been doing that for a while now. What about it? Ask yourself one basic question. How is the sign attached to the wall? Well, obviously it's the nail up there. Yes, but look at it. Inspect it closer. Oh, it's not... That nail is not attached to the wood, nor does it hang upon anything else apparent. Could it be attached at the back? That'd be a very strange way to hang a basic sign like this. A man would just hammer right through it. More importantly, why would the rope still be erect in this fashion? It is as if someone attempted to create a facsimile of a hanging sign and did not think through all the logical steps involved with why each piece is assembled. So, what about it? It's suspicious. Yeah, that much was obvious from the start. What do I do about it? See those pebbles on the ground? Toss one of them at the sign. A basic test of corporeality. Corporal what? Just do it. Okay, I'll trust you. Toss a pebble at the sign. You grab a pebble off the floor and lightly toss it towards the sign, expecting it to bounce right off. Instead, it just stops. It gets stuck on the surface of the sign. Whoa. Whoa. That's, it's soft? The pebble stopped as if it hit a wall of soft, sticky honey. Huh? As you watch the pebble just sit there on the sign, you also see something emerging. An eye staring at you. Oh, shit. I knew it! No, he didn't. Point at it and shout. A mimic! A real-life mimic! Righto! Hold on! It speaks in a harsh, sharp tone, which I will probably not be doing. It speaks? Well, maybe. Appears their eyes upon me. Me who hide in plain sight. Interesting. There have been documentation of mimics bred for greater intelligence, but they are commonly seen as extinct in the current post-war era. Why are you hiding like that? Oh, I am mimic. That is why? The goblin holds up a hand. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Befriend. Alright then, it's time. Talk this bad boy over to your side. You can do it. I honestly did not expect you to talk. This is kind of throwing me off a little. Do not talk often, no, but understand? But you understand? Yes, I understand you. Understand? That is good. In Colony, we speak good. Nice, forward. Using mouth is not as speak good. The thing might be hideous, but it's not outwardly aggressive right now. If you want to reach out to it properly, try to mimic its speech pattern. Pun intended. Yes, this monster is not mindless, and while its intentions seem to stem from survival, that is not the most evil of leanings. Perhaps you can indeed hear it out. Can you trust a monster built to trick people to death? Are you... friend? Its eyes stare at you, unblinking, as its mouth slowly opens. I am friend. Friend. Well then, time to talk. Look, the goblin says, turning away from the monster. I wouldn't trust this thing at the end of a 10-foot pole, however. If you can get some nice info out of it. He shrugs. Trust but verify, right? So, the mimic looks around. Mission. Wizard told the guard. Stash. Stash, eh? But room change place. Chambered shift. Time pass. So, guard meek moves. Feeding. Guarding. From people coming from not dungeon. The poor little guy's been stuck down here for a very long time. This monster is following orders? That actually sounds quite honorable. But Mimic can talk. Talk a lot. Ask Mimic. Oh wow, I got a +7? Yeah, I can do that easy. Your name is Meek? Meek! Yes, that's a great name. Yes, yes. You kiss its ass. Let's go. You must be lonely down here. Ah, not alone always. Colony is somewhere in past and west. Long time spent in colony. Most are very dumb in colony. They do not enjoy smart. They kick out, not allowed to smart. Anti-intellectualism truly is a cancer upon our realm. Intellectually? Not good, no. It is curse. Smart curse. How strangely relatable. He shared his pain with being too smart. How do you know? What do you know of this place? I know much, or it shifts around a bit, swaying its gaze. I know danger and secret. Place is full of danger and secret. Master told too much and shared little. But Meek knows, Meek knows. The mimic could be useful if it shared its secrets. At least if this master is, as you suspect, a wizard. How can you talk? Talk? Master made Meek talk. Master? Master Hagenshags. Hagenshags? That's one of those old Arcanist families, right? Must be an old mimic. Indeed. They're supposed to be gone by now. The Hagenshags fell with their empire. The one this mimic speaks of would have to either be an imposter or a survivor. So you're guarding something? Yes, yes. Most stash is gone. Lost, or master took. But some is here. Can I have it? No, no. Only master takes stash. Where is your master? Not here. Not here. Master gone. Meek alone. You relate more to this monster right now than you do with most humans on the streets of Norvik. Seems like the mimic is a pretty decent guardian. Move on. Indeed, a good wizard's pet. Every wizard requires a familiar. A bit too good. Where do you come from? Master, lair. It is not close. Place change. Shift. Here is not where once was and will be. Suddenly a very complicated sentence. The mimic is a spontaneous poet. What am I supposed to do with this thing? Take the stash, of course. It might be unorthodox, but there's surely a way to convince this creature to help out. All monsters need to be defeated. However, this one does not seem so bad. I can ask it to join the party? Really? You can do anything. You're the cleric. It would help to have more allies, if you can call a mimic ally. If you can get the creature to just hang around and share its info, then why not? A mimic would be a decent familiar. The goblin, however, has not proven to be a sufficient servant. Snell glances at you as you stand there in silence. Within the goblin's spirit, a subtle feeling that you're shit-talking him. Look firm and stoic. Give me the stash. No, no. Damn, your stoic stance must have been too meek. Damn, if only asking for loot worked more often. Actually, no, that would remove half the fun. Explain why you can't just give it to me. Be rational. The mimic's many eyes just stare blankly forward for a while. Then it says, yes? Stash is master's. You are not master. That is, in fact, a good argument. I could be your new master. That. The monster's mouth hangs open as it freezes in mid-speech. Confusing. Are you good, master? Potentially? Very good. In fact, the best. The best wizard master ever. The best? That is big. Big. Master of a friend. Yes. You planted the... Oh my god. Yeah, this is really easy. Hey, double fours. Right. Well, this might seem pretty simple at this point, but you gotta convince this thing that you'll be its new master. Oh. And you do that by, well... Hey, Mimic. Meek. Yes. When was the last time you saw your master? Master? Yes. Master was... He fidgets on the wall. Master had a... Master say Meek should then... Meek not see Master for long. Long. There we go. You made those gears start turning. Now hit him with the big one. Your old master is gone, Meek. Oh, but, no buts. He's gone. But it's okay. I will be your new master. Oh. The Mimic's eyes go wide, revealing a horrifying mess of shiny pupils. It's not horrifying. Be nice. Then it begins to shake. No, that does not. What? Only master can order. Old order, still fresh order. Maybe ask. What exactly was the order? Order? Master talk, guard meek, guard stash. Guard meek only order by master. Well there's a loophole there. You're guard meek? Guard is title. Title is guard. So if you stop having that title, then you're no longer guard meek, and thus you don't have to follow the orders. Meek stares at you for a moment. It turns to your companion as well. Sounds logical to me? Yes, that worked. But Meek is guard meek. Not anymore. By the power granted to me by the city of Norvik, I now officially deputize you, Mr. Meek. What? I love Meek. The mimic jolts around on the wall. Your new title is now Deputy Meek. Congratulations. Want to join the party? A horrid screeching sound is emitted from the monster as it leaps towards you. Shit! The goblin yells and steps back. Within a moment, you realize that the mimic has left its pose, and then turned into a cloak. Cloak, I am. If danger, I tell. A familiar has joined your party. Keep familiars equipped to gain bonuses and dice checks. Deputy Meek at service. Are you sure that's safe? What's the worst that can happen, Snell? It'll be useful to have a little guy around. Yes, little guy. Fuck it, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's keep the mimic around, why not? He mutters to himself. I could write a book on famous last words out of this whole thing. Let's go. Snell's got some good stats. Alright, where's my guy? Mimic Cloak, your buddy Meek, he keeps you out of trouble. You know what? I don't need all that extra with. You know what, Meek? Get over there, man. Alright, let's examine him. The scarf of the face flips around in your grasp to face you. Ahoy, ahoy. That is what my old master used to say. Master don't like? No, it's cool. Ahoy. Ahoy, hoy. You do enjoy being called master. Yes, a mimic is a strange familiar, but this one is not half bad. Meek is very excited to join on adventure. He cares so much for you, for such little in return. You must value this poor, wonderful creature. It is pure. It is but a freshly faced child smiling into the sun. You keeping an eye out for traps and stuff? Yes, master. Meek no underground good. Meek warn in time for traps. Considering its instinctual nature, don't expect it to warn you before the trap is triggered. Sweet. Might be creepy to have a monster around your neck, but if it gives you a bit of a heads up to any trap being triggered, it'll at least give you a decent advantage. Just don't trust it too much, yeah. Tell me more about your old master. Hagen Shags. Yeah, him. Old master, he is Arcanist. Yes, that is what he say. Arcanist? Just like me then. New master is better than old. Better Arcanist. What did he look like? Old master has green eye and sharp claw. Very scary. You think he looks scary? Yes. Old master was same but different from Mimic. Not good. Did he cast powerful spells? Yes. Meek once saw old master destroy 10 human, all at once. How did he do that? Old master only uses trickery magic. He makes all humans go mad, then killed each other with sharp sticks. That's what I would have did. I'm a wizard too. Of course. Old master was really big wizard. Big. Was he a LARPer or an actual arcanist? What is LARPer? Did he just play at being an arcanist, or was he the real deal? Meek does not know, but old master had much power, so probably he was actual arcanist. How old was he? Meek does not know, but old master must have been very old, very powerful. Did he treat you unkindly? Old master was stern. He used painful magic, only when Meek did poorly in grammar. The old scarf recoils at its own words. Not anymore. Now Meek speak how new master like. The carrot is always more useful than the stick, even if you do understand the appeal of the method. Carrot, the famous halfling rebel, fighting against celestial occupation on the Golden Line. Mimics are not created nor have naturally developed to create sounds akin to sentient speech. They are literally unable to speak normally. Whatever this arcanist master of his did, it must have warped him on a fundamental level. Clearly, not good enough since he is unable to speak eloquently. I think you're doing great. Thank you, Master. Master is much better than Old Master. Hear that? Much better. A smirk spreads across that helm of yours. Such a wonderful mimic. You must cherish it. Be nice. That's all about your Old Master. Move on. Old Master is old. New Master is better. Much nicer. How long have you lived in the city below? Like a couple of years, or...? Meek not sure. Time is fast when hiding. Very fast. And Meek was never taught human way of keeping time, so Meek not know what year is. Hope Master is not disappoint. Can you turn into anything? No. Very sad, but Meek is not good at shapeshift. So Meek likes to stay same for a long time. Meek is more of hiding mimic than changing mimic. Good. I like how you're able to hide so effectively like this. It's a great party trick. Yes, Meek is very good party trick. Whatever Master says that means. That's all for now, Meek. I love Meek. Alright. Let's see, is there anything here? No. Is there anything else in this room, as a matter of fact? Ooh, there's something right here. Bone dust and knock. Choose an object that you can see within range. The object can be a door, a box, a chest, a set of manacles, a padlock, or another object that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. A target that is held shut by a mundane locker that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred. If the object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked. When you cast the spell, a loud knock, audible from as far as 300 feet, emanates from the target object. I see. That could be useful. Oh, let's go this way. Success. Stand very still. Okay. That's ominous. Why is this ominous? You see a strange glowing torch a bit further down the hallway. Strange. Something is wrong here. Careful. Real careful. Cleric? Meek feel bad here. It's very bad. Hold on, Snell. I need to do something. Right. Ominous. What do you mean, Meek? Something wrong. Meek not see, but Meek feel. Master, be careful. Are magical floating torches common? I feel like they are. They are. However, this is obviously not floating by itself. Look closer. This is ominous, isn't it? Yes, it is. Why is there a bunch of other stuff floating in the air, too? That is true. You must look further, closer. Check for traps? Another nat 20! Holy cow! You look down the hallway real close. Then you look at the walls, and then the ground. Wait, why is there no dirt on the ground? Grime or little rock pebbles on the ground here, right in front of me. Oh, and there's a bunch of floating stuff in the air in front of me. Stuff that looks like it's slowly being dissolved by some powerful agent. That is a bad sign. In fact, it really sounds like a perfectly straight line after which the dungeon floor is clean. It's clearly a cube! Jolt back. A perfectly flat wall of perfectly translucent gel stands before you. The goblin stumbles backwards when he realizes what you're saying. Oh gods, that was close. Huh. There's a gelatinous cube here. You look over to a glowing torch deep inside the gelatinous cube. What's up with that? It's a magic item. A torch built to burn forever. Could you get that torch, Snell? No. Could you? Of course. What do you think I am, weak? Let me rephrase. Could you do it without having your skin be dissolved by the gelatinous cube? Skin is overrated. I suppose you got your armor instead. Have I even seen your skin? No. The goblin lets out a deep sigh and looks across the surface of the jelly monster. The cube's weird. They're usually way more aggressive. The fact that we can stand here no problem means something's way off. And I bet it's that torch. Can you use your magic to grab it? There are a handful of spells that could work here. A protective shield if you wish to fight through the acid. Or a mage hand. Possibility. Mage hand could do it. Can't hurt to try. Good. Do that. You would have to do that in that case. By casting it, instead of focusing on this. Huh. Doesn't it feel like that torch has something to do with this weird gelatinous cube? It does. Warmth. It is drawn to it. Not sure what you'd do about it, though. If you'd be able to reach out, maybe you'd find out more. But that required you to, go inside. Or perhaps use Mage Hand. Could actually reach the torch? The cube will let you walk into it, however. It will clamp onto you quickly, so you need to move as fast as you can before it decides to hold you tight. If you manage to move far enough while inside, then you could reach it. Let's just use Mage Hand, so I don't die. Run Fakla. Wisdom gives you 10-foot light. Oh, so this could be used instead of, like, dancing light if someone doesn't have it. Okay. The Mage Hand quickly grabs a torch and flies it through the gel towards you. The speed of it is clearly faster than the cube can react. Nice. It lands in your hand. You feel the rough and gel-covered surface stick to your glove. With the touch in your hand, you feel the esoteric tingle. Turn off the torch. The click reverberates through the cube. Then it shudders. Oh God, it's getting mad. Look around. You see the gelatinous cube shake more violently for every passing second. It is searching for heat. Within the cube, you can see what can only be described as cracks. It appears to be falling asunder. Flopping and jerking, the many pieces of the cube are flung across the chamber. Ah, this explains it. Smaller pieces smash against the walls of the chamber, causing a terrible tremor. A ballad of goop. Until, ultimately, each and every piece has escaped into the ventilation slits. You are covered in it. It burns. Get it off, quick! Clean yourself off. The goblin carefully steps up to you, looking around. Didn't expect that. Seriously, great job. You see the last pieces of goop slip down into the cracks near the walls. That really hurt. I don't doubt it. What actually happened here? Gelatinous cubes are unable to unite for a short duration. However, if more than two were to pack together, the combination would become unstable within seconds. What happened here was obvious. A multitude of cubes all came together to enjoy the endless heat coming from the run torch. I'll probably say like the rune torch. The heat, or perhaps due to some cosmological chance, the unity of cubes found an equilibrium, which was then disturbed once you turn off the heat source. The cube sure dropped a lot of stuff around the place. Let's see if there's anything interesting. You hear excitement in his voice. He clears his throat. Related to the tea shop, that is. The goblin wants some loot. Who can blame him? There are pouches spread around the chamber, perhaps magic items left behind by previous victims. Cool loot. Alright, let's see. There's something in this pot. Docile stress cube and crowns. Nothing else? Yeah. Let's read about this stuff. A translucent, somewhat firm, gelatinous cube. These used to be sold as toys/pets. Today they're illegal. Probably because they can technically still dissolve human flesh, albeit very, very slowly. And the torch. A common magic item, used by dwarves during mining and architectural operations. It's stuck in self-roaming mode, since you don't know the passphrase, but hey, it lights the way. Oh, okay, so it kind of floats around me, that's cool. I have dancing light though, so that's probably not relevant. Let's see. Nothing here? Okay. So that's a way, and then over here. I swear that thing said there's something off, and then I have to get to Azkel, and it's getting late, so maybe I should drop Snell off. Let him go home. Maybe I go back to the tower and look at some more of those books. You approach the step once more. A short fall. This is easy. Let's go. He wipes his brow and yells down to you. Hey there. I found those runes you were looking for. Yes? And I found the symbol. On the runes. The symbol of a sun? Yes. He lowers his head, letting it hang for a while. Then he lets out a roar. For Helved! His little buddy joins in and screeches. That's not a good sign. Huh? The dwarf takes a deep breath. A sun means those runes are just the same as these, he says and taps a stone beside him. They're consecrated. The white mains would never consecrate a secret gate. Damn it. Are you certain? Oh, absolutely. I've spent years researching these cat bastards. You've learned some cat speech. Mi elimo axel es un caballo blanco. He groans. As do you. That's not cat speech. That's not even close. Guy's not entirely off, Smell whispers to you. I know what I'm talking about, okay? This means only one thing. This lead was off, he scoffs. Oh well, time to regroup and rethink. After the election, that is. Here. He tosses his pickaxe to you. Pickaxe of secrets. That's a little trick we have in the delving business. A custom-made detect secrets infused pickaxe. A magical item. As payment. Not bad. Detect secret? This is very useful. Sure is, bror. You've earned it, Cleric of Norvik. Of course, the pickaxe is a bit wonky. The keyword is supposed to be secret, as in you say the word secret and the pickaxe casts a spell, but it doesn't quite work, so do with it as you please. Wonky magic items can be dangerous, or hilarious. Anyhow, I'll be packing up soon. I'm done here. Thanks again. Saved me a ton of time and effort. Maybe in a few months you'll join me for a real expedition? Could be fun. A real expedition quest. Into the depths. That sounds like a death wish. I would love to delve with you, asked Axel. Great. If there's anything else, just let me know. Good luck down here. I did the quest. Lost Mines of Tulaman. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to Lost Mines of Phandelver. Like the thing. Alright. Let me just check some things real quick. Alright, let's see. Weaponry. +2 strength, +2 intelligence. A highly dysfunctional pickaxe. It's supposed to point towards the nearest secret. A trap, fake wall, or somewhere where other dungeoneering goodies are hidden. However, when you wield it, it just keeps trying to point upwards, making it impossible to actually use. Though the runes look quite interesting. Examine. You inspect the pickaxe. Along the shaft, you see those glowing teal runes spelling out secret. The Dark Dwarf told you it could be used to cast Detect Secret. Detect Secret. A rare first-level divination spell. It allows a user to notice illusions, traps, and other hidden and generally secret things within a certain range. What exactly constitutes a secret is under debate, but it appears to differ on the caster's own interpretation of this word. The spell was created late in the Arcane era by copying the powers from a Wand of Secrets. It is non-functioning. Looking at it for more than 2 seconds reveals why. One of the magic runes has been sliced in half. Normally, magic items do not break so easily, so by your estimation, this faint damage must have been made by something equally magical. Perhaps a +1 sword or an esoterically sharp tea table corner. Viskin shared his knowledge one of the runes is sliced. Okay, that's really easy. Speak the word secret. It vibrates in your hand as you utter the keyword. Then, as if snapping to attention, an esoteric force pushing it to point straight upwards. For about 3 seconds, it holds its vertical alignment until it falls back down to your grasp, limp. Useless. No, it's not pointing up. Moving just a few steps to the side whilst the pickaxe is erect shows it clearly. It is pointing ever so slightly in a faint lean towards the pillar of yore. A few more steps reveals that to actually be the case. That is interesting. The green one found useful information for once. It's pointing towards the pillar. Figure out how to extract the spell. This is nothing like a regular memorization. A spell scroll or codex is often nothing more than taking the original content and transcribing it, putting the various esoteric stages to memory into the process. A magic item, however, is crafted to only output those stages per automa, not giving any insight to the inner workings. It is by definition reverse engineering. Oh, now I should just be able to retrace the steps of the pickaxe's esoteric activation, which strings are being pulled and when, writing them down step by step. Yes, normally that could work, even if it is a highly difficult and slow process. Normally this pickaxe is broken. It does not perform those esoteric stages in proper order, or more likely, one of the stages is broken, entirely due to that last rune being sliced. It will, no matter what you do, take around 3 hours for you to do this. Jesus. Make sure at the time before you commit. Good to know. Where is Snell? Oh, he's inside me. Oh, that guy just disappeared. Let's get up this. Alright, Snell. You go dip, okay? It's getting late. Let's get on with it. It's late. You can head off if you want to. Snell looks at you with tired, almost deliriously manic eyes. And leave you here by yourself? Look around. He also looks around. You're going to sleep, right? Because I sure hope you're not going off on some adventure by yourself. I don't need to sleep. I'm the cleric. He sighs. Fine, I'm tired. I'm going home. Legends are built on conviction, like yours. A cleric endures. See you tomorrow, cleric. You now stand alone. Alright then. Well, not alone. I got Meek with me. There must be, like unique content if you do stuff by yourself. Maybe I could look around here again? What the fuck? What is that? There's a hole here. There's something inside. Amulet of Annihilation? Hold on a second. Mage Hand, you go grab that. A hole in the wall with your hand in it. That was cast with Mage Hand. Grasp the amulet. Alone in this dark hallway, look upon the objects in your hands. A clawed hand, bronze and jade, grasping a sphere. The sphere is nothing. Complete annihilation. A perfect orb of dark. Be careful. Why can I only get it when Snell wasn't here? That seems to be the only thing. Examine it closer. The claws are detailed, monstrous. Draconic, maybe. The jade inlays catch the dim light, but the sphere catches nothing. Light goes in, nothing comes out. Poke the orb. Don't. Do. Poke. Your finger touches the surface. No. Your finger touches the absence of surface. Pain. Ow. You yank your hand back. The tip of your finger is gone. Skin, nail, just gone. Annihilated. It didn't cut, it didn't burn. It simply stopped existing. A sphere of annihilation. Miniaturized, weaponized. Sniff it. Smells like nothing. Literally nothing. An absence of smell. Unsettling. Can I lick it? No. Why not? No. Come on, Snell's not here. You are not going to lick it. Welp, leave. But it's an item in my inventory now. An ominous amulet. It forms the shape of a fist gripping a black stone. Or a pearl? No. It is pure darkness. Do not touch it. Holding it gives you a creepy feeling, obviously. Ooh. So hold on, this changes my appearance somehow. How? Do I have it anywhere on my body? It doesn't look like it. I do like my stuff being a bit balanced. So wait, I wonder if there's... Yeah. Coughing up a storm. I wonder if there's other stuff. There's a hallway over here. I didn't go down this yet. Paw prints? Paw prints, one on each side. There are two faint paw prints here on the hallway. Should I touch one of them? It could end poorly, but... Yes. The only way to find out if they're esoterically aligned or not. Just be ready for the worst. Esoteric bullshit like this has a tendency to do stuff. Can I touch both at the same time? You physically cannot reach them both at the same time, no. That would require twice the arm length for that. Okay, sad. The two walls seem so far apart. Press the right paw print. Grabbing it, you feel an esoteric tingle down your arm, but nothing happens. Not even your full weight pressing against the stone can make anything happen. Press the left paw print. Grabbing it, same thing. Guess I'll check this later. Click. Master, beware. That is not a good click. Bad click. Bad click. You feel a pressure change. A rushing wind causes you to be pulled just an inch further into the hallway. Then you notice the wall holes opening up. Back now. Big trap. Oh shit. Thanks, Meek. Avoid the trap. Oh, wow. That's literally fire. Ominous hallway. You just barely escape the deep clutches of the skin melting heat. Standing up, you realize the fire singed the edges of your uniform. Adrenaline leaving the system. Pain. Burns. Roll around to put out the last fire. You live. Woo! By the gods, who would make such a devious trap? Typical ancient remnant civilizations. They always leave the most esoterically murderous machinery in place, even when the treasure behind it's been lost for millennia. Now don't enter the hallway before you disable the trap, or you'll get roasted again. Looking back, the hallway has no mark of being filled with flames. For the same reason, it's still functional. It's a magic trap. Okay, well, I'm getting out of here. Try to go somewhere with Snell. I mean, I got an orb of annihilation thing, which is cool, but I almost lost my hand, so that's not cool. Sorry, I almost lost my life. The pillar of your tower is before you. I've talked to this. Try feeling it. I have to get stronger. But how strong can I get? It says Meek helps, so I'll keep him on. Meek is a massive help. Oh my goodness. The strength, it's too much. It's overwhelming. Try feeling it. Actually, I guess I should also enhance ability. Try feeling it. Are you kidding? Lame. I think I failed this. Try again later. I can try again now, as a matter of fact. There we go. Try feeling it. Your gloved hand presses against the surface. You find the will to listen, to bear the burden of that solemn voice. Close your eyes and pray. Silently mumbling the same words as always, to your God, to your people in this great city. It fades. The voices grow, not in size but in number. Some of them join in your prayer. Some dismiss it. Some hate it. Before you, a dark landscape stretches, covered in the bodies of the damned and the waiting, their souls on display for judgment and callous sorting. Among them you see one face turn to look at you. At first you believe it to be him. Then you understand, as the man, who appears to be both younger and older, gives you the kind of look of regret a father would have on seeing the return of a lost child. He turns to face the stars. You watch him go, again, again, again. Your heart is racing, blood pumping. You almost faint on the spot. Whatever you saw, it quickly disappears. Excuse me, deep into your skull. The pillar does not whisper here, it screams. Go down, further down. You understand plainly, there is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time, and further below. Finish up. Interesting. So I guess I could also try at the top. Because I don't think I did that yet. And Snell isn't with me. Okay, yeah, this all seems kind of normal. Prepare spells. Can I prepare knock? No, I have to finally get rid of one spell. I never use Bless, so I'll get rid of that. What is this? Oh, wait, this is a corpse, right? Yeah. Okay. No one is here. Your fate one day. That's nice. I don't even know what any of this stuff is, so I can't even take it. Let's see if there's something just anywhere. Oh, it's a cat. What up, cat? I should probably go and look at those things. On the ledge overlooking the garden, you spot a black cat. Calm as can be, it doesn't even care that you stomp up next to it. A proud beast. Treat it with respect and it shall treat you the same. Behold, the cat, a legendary trickster of Norvik. Hello, I'm from the local government. The cat lifts its head up. Its dark eyes squint at you for a second, sniffs in the air, and then ignores you once again. It knows more than it lets on. Wisdom comes from knowing when to act and when to not. This cat does not care you from the slightest. Pet it or something? I don't know. If you wish to hold a proper conversation with this magnificent creature, you need to find the first level spell Speak with Animals. Pet the cat. Pet the cat. You reach toward the cat's head and meet your palm and nuzzles up against it. Yes! Glorious. What a sense of divine validation. Such independence and arrogance. You should get a cat. Not doing anything, yet getting so much love. Learn from this beast. His grace is unmatched. If you were a cat, you never have trouble again. It appears to have enjoyed the pet cat. What do you know about the tea shop? The cat does not turn to look at you. What are you voting in the election? The cat stares at some seagulls flying by high above. Cutthroat, sharp, eyes on the prize. A free strider, no doubt. A true noble creature, protecting its home. He's a true nationalist. You cannot imagine a cat voting for Asgalism, but he sure is cute. Yeah, I'll speak with this cat. Palm in front of your face and whisper, everything is words. As you do, the subtle movements of the cat appear as not so subtle anymore. Then it snaps, and your mind appears to translate it all into a form you understand. Hello, cat. Hmm? You hear a loud scoff coming out of the tiny creature. Been a long time since one of you brutes learned to speak. Do not call me cat. That is an idiotic way to greet someone. I am Sir Tribban of the Stones and the Waters. You shall address me as such. Of course, Sir Tribban. The cat speaks in a jaded, regal tone. It's adorable. He's full of himself, as he should be, honestly. I'll be frank, humano. Never cared too much for your kind. Humano? An attempt at cat speech. How glib. Understandable. The brute is subservient, eh? Fitting for your kind. Well, what do you want? I'm not sharing prey with you, if that's what you're expecting. The cat speaks in a slight cat speech accent, which is logical, but still quite strange to hear from a creature of his stature. Feed his ego. -7 DC, you're subservient. Got that. What's it like being a cat? The cat hisses. He really doesn't like that word. Sorry, what's it like being a feline? Shadow. I move unseen, I hunt, I stalk. You not understand, brute. For you are clearly so far below the default you cannot ever truly comprehend what it's like. Sick. You see anything suspicious lately? You. Ouch. He's right, though. What do you know about the tea shop? Tea? Ah, you mean to say leaves that smell. Yes, that building did have a lot of that, before it fell to ruin. And I mean before it was scorched. Before? Yes, when the bird took over. I hope that foul was lost in the flames. Then again, what I would not have given to hunt it myself. Alas, I would have needed a dozen hunters to bring it down. Biggest bird I ever saw. The cat speaks of the owner of the tea shop? Interesting. A bird folk. Not many of those in your city, but they tend to cause trouble. You live out here? Of course not. Don't be daft. I live in a wandering chicken under the earth, as any respectable creature would. Sorry, what? An esoteric type of housing. Interesting. I see. How interesting. You would think so, wouldn't you? He makes an annoyed tsk sound. Now, vet, can I come visit you in your chicken house? I suppose I cannot stop you, though my homestay servant is quite the eccentric woman. So do with that knowledge as you wish. A cat lady, being eccentric? You've never heard of such a thing. All cat people are good. Well, of course. Who else would take in such a self-centered creature? What do you know about the tea shop? I think I already asked that. What are you voting in the election? He seemingly ignores your question for 10 or so seconds. Then he says, no. A good idea. I do not deal with whatever that is. If only more humanoids shared this sentiment. It is beneath me. Feed his ego enough to get actual answers. I can do that. Nice. You want real answers? Feed his ego. Easiest way to do that is to compliment him. But not soft compliments. Hard compliments. You are a legendary creature of the dusk and dawn, Sir Tribban. The coast trembles at your appearance and longs for your presence. Yes, well, the cat mumbles. Bards will surely write songs of my accomplishments, that is true. They will. Now, is there anything else you can think of that would be useful for me to hear? The cat yawns. Then he says, will you go away if I do? Absolutely. He sighs in a deep grumble, the type of noise you did not expect to come out of a cat. Fine. The blue fire woke me from my slumber. Lame. Does that appear in the thing? Dude, how did that appear in the thing? That's the most, like, basic message ever. For, like, what's it called? Those, like, view botting things that it detects and it got through. That's lame. The blue fire woke me from my slumber. Had I been closer, my whiskers would have been fried. Blue fire? Who's telling this story? Do not interrupt me, brute. I wanted to know who'd caused this ruckus in my territory, so I kept watch. The green munchkins ran around like crazy, trying to put out the flames. You should call Snell that. I saw a brute like you, but in garish yellow cloth being interrogated by some of them. Man in yellow? Free strider, perhaps? And once the fire was out, which did not take long, the one who should have wings appeared. On her orders, what do you call it? Tea shop? Yes, they hammered it shut. Then she did something wave and glow on it. A locking spell, to keep outsiders from entering the crime scene, commonly used in the city. That's it. Now leave. I have more questions first. Oh, for the love of... Oh, thank you for your time. Break the spell and leave. So that's talking about Eder, I believe. Okay. Engage. Touch the pillar. Hug the pillar. You press your chest and arms into the cold surface. A tingle spreads through your gut. Oh, I hugged it! It's a minus... Oh, those don't add up. Hold on, let me take a screenshot. Try meditate on it. Okay. You close your eyes. Shape your mind into an arrow shooting out towards the esoteric force. Find the rhythm to yours realm. Hear his voice. The cold rock of the pillar turns warm in your palm. You've marked it with your spirit. Marked it? What? You're unsure, but you feel there are more spots you need to investigate. Feel. Warm and deep. It goes deep down and far up. Open your eyes and move on. You lift your hand from the surface and you are able to see normally once again, but you feel like you've learned something. You must keep looking. Soon the pillar's secret will be revealed. You understand plainly. There is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time and further below. Finish up and leave. I wonder if there's more over here, perhaps. I'm always looking around for anything and everything. I'm like a rogue, but I keep calling myself a cleric. Which I've done so 11 times. Oh my, 17 times. Alright. Because I am the cleric of Norvik, clearly. Oh. Earth. Thank you for the 11. And the 1 hit point. Much appreciated. Cool statue. The guy up there working at dude, working at midnight. past midnight and he's working. Jesus. What a shame. Alright. Let's see if I can do a little bit of snooping here. You approach the archive once again. You could spend an inordinate amount of time sorting and investigating these documents. It could be value to spend time here, or it could not. A conundrum. So in a regular run, I would have to spend what? Because I spent 30 minutes on the tea shop report. What is this? So those are bottom 3 are 6 hours. This one's in an hour and a. I have to spend 8 hours. Damn. I should look at the top documents. The one's simply called Asgals. Okay. It's a large number of documents detailing members of the local Asgal movement. You spend an hour and a half looking through the quite creepy details into the lives of a handful of Asgal members. You read a few that appear relevant. Alphas, exile, born in Visca on the 12th of Cronus, 489 Arcane Era, 49 years old. Fourth son in the second branch of House Bon Emperors, foreman of the Workers' Party, registered for citizenship in 489 AE. Simi, exile, born in Norvik on the 27th of Sumil, 497 AE, 41 years old, member of the Masonry Guild since post-war era. Zerba, exile, born in Visca, on the 2nd of... Oh my goodness, sniffles. Born in Visca on the 2nd of Gorgani, 510 Arcane Era. 28 years old, 7th daughter in the 3rd branch of House Bon Emperors, registered for citizenship in 10 post-war era. Modisa, human, born in Norvik in 9 post-war era. 18 years old. Modisa's 18? Damn. No known guild affiliations. There's a list of over a dozen offenses on her record, and she's been arrested several times between the ages of 12 and 18. Nuts. Huh. It's terrible that the archives contain such information on these people, but having now read it, you do have more of an understanding of them all. Perhaps you can use it for good. Absolutely. For your own good. You wonder, who keeps these records? Must be some freelance investigators hired by the city. Clerics do not perform dirty work like this. It has to be some filthy rogue. Don't call yourself filthy. That shit's just rude. A bit invasive, but this could be useful. Return the documents. Quite. If you ever have the unfortunate fate to deal with ass gals again. So could I tell them, maybe? Maybe. Maybe I can pray about the new things I found out. Pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. You take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. Contemplate the celestial Etter. A woman, a warrior, a divine creature. She's here for no other reason than her own broken ways. Listen to her and you will be rewarded, if you so wish to carry her blessing. Finish my prayer. You do so, I'm done here. Lie down and take a long rest. Just like this, with all my equipment on me? Oh, I didn't even read that first part. You feel tired, the kind of tired sleep won't fix. Those papers will make history. You won't be a part of it, of course, but those kids will change the city for the better. Or at the very least, they'll make some wonderful noise before the Free Striders stomp them out. Oh, and by solving Ulysses' riddle, you've clearly distinguished yourself. Just be careful what you do with your deck. Maybe I can, like, flirt with her? Wait, I should do that in front of everyone at the tavern. That'd be funny. Will you be able to complete this quest of yours? It's day 4 and I still haven't went into the tea shop. Below the below, that is where you must go. That is where you will find your answers. Really? I haven't even went to the tea shop yet. Answers within strings. Oh, okay. So these are like a different kind of answers. Got it. Ow. It's still writing in my sleep. Through the floor. Day 4, March 25th. That's today, I'm pretty sure. Or was that yesterday? Shit, that was yesterday. Lie down, take a long rest. 2 days remaining. I'm starting to get used to this tower. Home. A real man needs nothing more. Then a bedroll and some old planks? And a hole-filled tower that keeps swaying in the wind? Yes. 2 days till the election. You must finish this. Don't worry about it. You have a feeling you're going to finish the job just on time, as per usual. Start your day. Hello. I still need to behold her. I can do that. In a non-weird way. In a non-weird way. I'm just figuring out her backstory this way. I'll put this on. Equip that. 26. Please work. No. How could this be? How could this happen to me? Give me my bow back. Give me my spellbook back. Let's talk to her. Let's see what's up. Cleric. Get to know her better. Speak with the angel about religion. Maybe some other time. Maybe I should put on some stuff that increases my strength. I don't want to like... I think this is good. Actually, if I do put a bucket on my head, I still have great wisdom. So yeah, there we go. This should be good enough. Get to know her better. Speak with the angel about religion. Let's go. Oh yeah, I had that. Didn't take that into account. This woman served Earth. Why? A woman of her caliber, a great celestial of the West. She must be bound by some oath. Of course, an oath to serve the city even beyond his death. She is a sister to the cause. Ask her. Ask her why she is here. Raise your head. The angel's many eyes focus on you as you open your mouth. Why do you remain here, serving a city of men? She stops her work. The floating papers begin to move out of the way. The angel descends, and the angel descends ever so slightly. It is... She grits teeth and clenches fists. The first time you've ever seen her perform any kind of physical exertion. Holy shit. To miasto... Okay, I'm not gonna try to read that. I'm pretty sure this is like actually Polish. The city has lost its head. A city of fools. Your legs shake. You stand before our goddess. Stand your ground. Face her. Do not lower your head. The celestial faces you. You speak truth. This city is lost. Her normally stone-faced expression is still there, but with a swirling mass of esoteric force where her eyes used to be. Her telepathic voice rattles louder in your mind. A crackling boom. I am not a slave to this city. You feel as though the world is vibrating around you. The angel's halo slows. She's calmer now, as if releasing that angry remark was exactly what she's been waiting to do. But that is not an answer to your question. Just listen. She lifts her head and the many eyes follow. Why do I remain here? She asks herself, yet in your mind as well. Damn, there's some deep psychological stuff. Didn't expect that from a celestial. Where's my water? The darkness within her skull retracts as she waves her hand. Ask, if you are so adamant. I say as I have a fucking bucket on my head. Where do you come from? It was crafted from molten blood. Upon the slain corpse of the Titan, wheel... Fuck! I hope you guys can't hear that. Wait, let me check. That name, that's not in any history book. Oh. My sister spawned from the flood on the slope at the crossing. The closing, so she is... I'm no anticipalian. My crafting was made here on this esoteric coast, right as it all turned hellwards. At least 2 millennia ago, then. It was force I learned so soon after my first light. She lapses into more dated language when she recalls her birth. This is the life of a celestial. That is where I come from, the eternal battle for the holy mountain. So you're kind of a veteran? Ha! A short bark of a laugh in your mind. Score. She thinks you are being funny. A colorful storm dances within the hole in her skull. That line. Like, this is my 3rd playthrough of the game, but, like, I'm still, like, learning new stuff each playthrough. That line, it always gets me. Those before me, they were the ones who actually arrived to this plane. They had not even a concept of time. Many mortals say my presence is alien. Older celestials are alien to me. How did you meet Earth? She does not answer for quite some time. Ominous. At sea, I moved with a Yimian explorer at the time. On her airship. Airship? Like the Arcanist kind? Yes, it was a slow and dangerous contraption. Airships haven't made much progress since, due to the war. I was... Dispatch. My job was to watch the Yimian's movements and report my findings while acting as an official witness. After only a year of travel, the ship went down in the ocean. They accidentally flew into a frozen pocket. Oh. I stayed near to watch the disaster, as was my duty, to report. She's quiet for a beat. 20 crew members died in the impact, and the other 12 gathered on the deck. They called out to me, pleading as they froze to death. I did not have the authority to interfere, as was the Golden Horde's foreign affair edicts at the time. Her voice does not change in tone at all, yet you can feel the pain as she tells you this. She obeyed. She followed orders. That is... good. Horrible. Once the voices were silent, I left the blizzard behind, moving inland. Why would you not attempt to save them? I had orders. Why listen to such bullshit orders? She does not answer your burning question. Instead, her voice simply echoes in your mind. The storm raged. Before making it out of the pocket, I was struck by lightning. Keep quiet. Her many eyes land upon her right arm, holding out opposite the floating shards on her left. That is when my wing broke. I fell into the depths. Even an angel could not withstand nature's fury. That should have ended me, yet the strings aligned. A fleet of humans were traveling across the rough Ascani waters. You ran into the chosen people? Chosen people. She repeats your words. She does not like that term. The human god saved me. That is how I met him. I did not join him in his struggle with the low creatures of whatever. I don't want to say that, I'm sorry. You're Ascani. Yet in time I served. What was Earth like? You know. You have your tales. I know the stories. I want to know what you thought of him. You see many, many eyes gaze into yours. He was meek. Yes? Ah, other meek. Sorry. Kind. Reluctant. It was his weakness and his strength. Your god was a complicated man, cleric. He did terrible things. He performed great deeds. He was just a man. Is that your actual view of him? She considers your question for a few seconds. Yes. He built his city in his own image, for good and ill. How long have you been here? I served him for a minuscule time, approximately 49 years. So you fought trolls with Earth? No, I joined after the initial conquest. We view time in different lights, cleric. Remember that. Why Darrow? I am a senior member of the Earth Guard. The Patriarch set my assignment. I am following orders. She follows orders, yet she rages inside. This is her struggle. I head Nicholas Darrow's defense, along with a handful of rotating guards. It is not a difficult appointment. It must be boring. I am not searching for excitement. Her many eyes look away, focusing on piles of documents scattered across the tower. I have to do. That's sad. Sadness. She looks back at you. Call it what you will. I am here for now. Why not go back to the Golden Horde? Do you believe them to be better? No, of course not, but I figured an angel would think they are. The Horde consumes and subjugates. At times they fractionalize, splintering into deadly war bands, usually by some divine mandate or plot, rather than simple motives to the civil wars of mortals. Her telepathic voice changes to an octave lower than before. I was a cog. Inside, I cannot see the contraption. Outside, it is clear. They are a machine, built for a divine incursion, one ended millennia past. She's a damn Conchi? Didn't expect that. So you're a Conchi? Conchi. What is that? You know, conscientious objector. You object to fighting in the war. Conscientious objector. That could be what I turned out to be. I slurred that, I'm so sorry. This city is not a machine. It is a living, breathing thing. One that may dance or sing or run off a cliff. There's something good about that. Freedom, baby. She prefers the Earth-Folkian way of life. Who would not? Norvik is the greatest city on the coast. Do all Celestials look like you? No. Celestial creatures are... I don't want to do that. Celestial creatures are amorphous spirits built upon the energies of the positive. We shape in time, we form by purpose. Some of us fast, some of us slow, some by physical means, some by spiritual. Celestials are even more diverse in their opposing devilish cousins. From unicorns to Kuatals, from mighty Empyreans to cherubs of old Dimenor. Kuatals, probably saying that wrong. Winged snake-like celestials, messengers and servers of an anticipalian deity or titan, sometimes called the world serpent. They are known to work against fiends across the bands. Unicorns. An equine-like celestial with a magical horn on their forehead. They are known to frequent various forested sites and are often mistaken for fae. Empyreans. Divine titans known as the children of the gods. Some of them survive to this day, often in decayed states. And finally, cherubs. Chaotic celestial creatures, often mistaken for aberrations due to their erratic physical manifestations. In the far past, they used to patrol the peaks and valleys of old Dimenor, ruthlessly destroying evil beings they came across. So I know I didn't want to say, oh, it's too bad that Celestials don't look like her. But I do want to compliment her, like, in a nice way. Like, I don't think this is too weird, too bad. So I'm going to say it. Well, I think you're pretty at least. I'm sorry if that's weird, but I'm trying to be nice here, and plus it's underlined, so maybe it'll do something unique. Not a single one of her many, many rotating eyes meets your gaze. You're telling me I could have died from saying that she's pretty? This game is awesome. Aesthetic subjectivity was not in the discussion, Cleric. Please refrain from using such a language. She attempts to stifle your manhood. It will not succeed. Simply reiterate your position. Oh, she did not hate that, did she? Her reaction. Is she flustered? I'm not saying that. Ouch, my heart. You are hurt. She states the words less as a question despite it being one. I'm not saying that second one. Don't worry, everything hurts a lot these days. She's silent for a moment, then she gives you another calm nod. I'm not sure what else to ask. You've not inquired about assistance. Assistance? The tea shop. Oh right, I forgot. You forgot about the tea shop? It's the only reason you're here. It's your job, man. Don't fuck up this paycheck too. She descends slightly. You can almost look at her without bending your neck all the way back. This incident is to be investigated entirely of your own accord, Cleric. I will not interfere. However, my duties include keeping watch over the ruins. The city below. Are you entering the lower parts of Norvik? I've done my fair share of spelunking. Hey, I think I spelled that right. Let's go. Thank you very much. Spelunking. She's tasting your colorful use of language. If I find the time, I will assist you, Cleric, in the Undercoast path. Her voice betrays a certain feeling, deep within that radiant heart. There has been interest in dealing with the dangers entering through that trail. It shall be dealt with once and for all. Let's go. Glorious. Dangers. She stared at you with many eyes. What kind of dangers? Monsters. Even when explaining things she may feel are obvious, she has an immense amount of patience. She's used to dealing with things less intelligent than herself. You can relate. Patience is not always born out of low expectations. She continues. Enemies of the state, the type that festers. There are many. You will need to be wary. Meek see many bad thing come from dungeon. Always bad thing. Angel is scary. This'll help. Angel from dark is scared of burning light. All from dark is scared of burning light. Your scarf then whispers to you. Meek includes self-enlist. I will meet you there. An angel will surely help out a lot. What's that, like a third companion? At this rate, you'll have a full party in no time. She will be a good support. Is this on behalf of Darrow? No, it is on my behalf. The angel returns to her work. I couldn't say thank you? That's fucking lame. Fix your game, Christopher Boatguard. I'm kidding. This game's great. Just maybe I'll ask for that nicely in the server. That was kind of mean. Yes, a weapon will go there. Alright, that's gonna be it for today, folks. Gotta go do something with some friends. Thank you to anyone that tuned in. I think we did some decent stuff. Might stream tomorrow. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna be like busy enough or not. Or free enough or not. But yeah. See you all another time. Thank you to everyone who stopped in, whether it be for a second or the entire thing. Or if you're watching this on YouTube. But yeah. Peace.